Welcome to Coach's Corner. Once again, I'm Nick Tedisco filling in for John Mastro. And tonight we've got my friend, as always, Billy Orfley, helping me out with it. And the reigning state champion head coach of the Shrewsbury Girls hockey team, Frank Panarelli. Bridget.
Paige.
I'm Paige Millie. Bridget McLaughlin. And Marissa Montoya. And I love saying her name. I tell Princess Bride. You watch Princess Bride?
I have seen it, yeah.
Oh, you have. So you know where that comes from,
Yep.
right? Okay. Anyway, so Frankie, again, we left off last year with you guys here celebrating your championship win. You had just won your 100th game, was it? Or your 500th game or whatever? 200th game or whatever.
Last season,
I knew it was a big number. And here we are again, start of a new season. And again, congratulations, ladies. I know that recently you guys pulled the banner up at the high school.
Yes.
That must have been exciting to do. Mm-hmm. And you guys have your state championship rings on, and I know you guys all got huge targets on your back this year. So again,
Do you want to talk about that ring a little bit? How many diamonds? And
Well, actually, it's designed by the same company that designs the Super Bowl rings.
Okay.
Johnston. And the girls actually designed them. And, it just has the season, last year, Division I state champions on there.
I don't know, Mark, I'm going to walk this up to the camera. Where are you? Putting it on the camera. Which camera? I don't know where I'm walking to. Okay, let's see.
Oh, so,
Can you get a close-up of that?
I won't put it on because I have a problem
Good.
putting on equipment on this show. Helmets go on, they can't come off.
no, it was great. It was just a magical year, obviously, But I told the girls first practice, because we have some new freshmen, I said, that was great last year. This is the last time I'm really going to talk about it. Let's create new memories for this team.
Absolutely.
So that was the pre-season speech. As far as it was great and wonderful, but we can't keep going back to it. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Try to do it again. And
No.
these girls, the new girls, are going to go through it, but the experience these guys had from going through it's going to help us definitely.
Yeah, no, that was, again, we'll talk about it just briefly here, but it was a thrill of a lifetime for not just the girls in your team, but the whole town of Shrewsbury and the community surrounding towns. It was great to have a state championship team, girls hockey, and it was a team that you actually started from scratch,
Right,
back in the day, so it must have been a big thrill for you and Pam.
Yeah, it was. It was everything we thought it would be and more. So.
Yeah.
But to do it with the group we had last year was a special group, obviously, and I see a lot of talent in this year's group. Girls coming in, and these girls getting a bigger role in producing are ready for it. They're just great leaders, but they're also playing even better hockey than they were last year individually. So
Okay, so let's talk about your coach. Your assistants, and the teams that talk about the players a little bit on your team. I know you've got some players from other towns as well. Mm-hmm. So why don't you tell us a little
Joey
bit about your team?
Jubic's still the assistant coach. He's been with me, I think it's 7 years.
Yeah.
So he runs a defenseman, runs the shifts at a D. And this year's team, obviously we have a lot back. We lost five girls from last year. But a nucleus of girls is still back, starting with Marissa and that, the backbone of the team, and we still have a couple defensemen that are back, 2 or 3 defensemen that are back, so, and a couple lines, We brought in some, we didn't bring in, some freshmen came in that are playing for us, and there's a junior that came back from Westboro, actually, that came back and played for us, so.
So how many lines are you playing with right now?
We have 4 lines.
Again, this year, huh?
Yeah, we have 4 lines. Basically, 3 usually play. It's just such a tough year because our games, our strength of our schedule is so tough. There's no easy games.
Yeah, I know I don't have to remind you this, but having those 4 lines last year is what got you guys into the state championship game.
Yes,
we
skated 3 lines.
I know.
We're skating 3 lines this year.
Right.
It's a little different, but it's still, we're getting 3 lines out there, which is important.
Yeah, a lot of teams don't have that luxury.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Yeah. So it sounds like the team is good, and so far now the schedule. I know it's a tough schedule.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys? What do you think of the schedule so far? Guys are off to a 2-1-2 start. Is that what it is? So tell me a little bit about those games. We'll talk about them quickly because we usually go back and we talk about last week's game, but this is our first show of
Right.
the year.
Well, we started off with 3 straight league games.
Yeah.
So that, right away, every league game's very tough. And we actually played in a tournament, another team that's in our league, so it wasn't a league game, but it was still a league opponent. Doesn't count as a league game. And then we played one team that's in our league, but in a lower division. There's a large and a small school, so we played that other small school, so. And they're the best team on the small school division, Boston Latin, so. I mean, we've just had a lot of competition right off the bat, a lot of close games. I'd like to be scoring a little bit more. We only have 6 goals, 4 or 5 against. Rissa's doing her job, like I tell the girls. We just, but we're getting shots on net. We're just, running into some good goaltending. I thought the first 5 games, all the goalies were really good we played.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's gonna come, I like where we're going, it's going in the right direction, so,
Yeah.
The more you get on the ice, the more
absolutely.
you'll gel as a team. I got one quick question John asked me to ask you girls. Last year you had a pineapple as a mascot.
Yep.
Yeah, well, what fruit or vegetable you got this year? Well, what do you got?
We actually don't have one. Yeah, the pineapple
to
was
be
retired
determined.
with the.
We don't decide that till
seniors.
playoffs.
Yep. That was kind of like a luck thing.
We don't carry the pineapple till playoffs last year.
Well, yeah, that was something, that pineapple.
Yeah.
It's actually
went
on the
along
ring.
with
It's actually on their rings.
Yeah.
It says
It is.
pineapple on the
Yeah,
side.
it's engraved on the side of the ring. So we have a little pineapple on it.
Yeah, so that hasn't been decided yet. We've got to make the tournament first, and then
Well, it will.
they'll decide on it.
Somehow it's gonna appear, something's gonna happen that everybody's gonna crack up laughing at, and that's what it's gonna be. That's what'll, and then you'll have to explain it.
Yeah.
Like you did the
Over and
pineapple.
over.
Yeah, that was funny. That was real fun.
So-
What do you find the most hard this year in terms, you lost 5, but you picked up a couple youngsters there. So what do you think is the hardest for your team so far this year?
So far, I think would be like picking up the energy a little bit more earlier in the game. The freshmen they're new, they're obviously a little less experienced, so they're not really as like equipped to the fact that we need to start like very, very early in the game. But I think that'll come with once we start playing a little bit more.
That's good.
Yeah, I'd have to say like scoring, just because, like, we haven't been getting a lot of goals, so I think just kind of getting back into the groove of things.
Yeah, I would definitely say scoring goals too. Like we get a bunch of shots on net, but it's just hard to actually find the back of the net sometimes. But
They'll come. They'll come.
So is it just like, when you get those scoring chances, are you just getting one shot on net? Are there multiple rebounds
No,
available? or-
we're doing what we need to do. It's just, like, again, we ran into 5 really good goalies. We have a great goalie, and the 5 games we played, I mean, we're shooting the puck, we're getting opportunities, it's just hard to score,
Yeah.
and it's
No,
not.
there's no question about your goalie. We know what,
Right.
we've seen her stand on her head.
Right.
We've actually seen that, so we know that. It's
2
just,
goals is the most you've given up in any game, right?
3.
3?
There was one time though. Yeah, just once. Just once.
I mean, so far this year.
She's
Um,
averaging only a goal against a
yeah.
game,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is the leader in, Central Mass was the telegram, she leads that.
Will you ever give her a break during the season?
I'd like to, but it's hard, it's.
She doesn't wanna come
we-
out of
we-
the
we have
game.
a- hopefully, it's just our schedule is so tough that, we actually, the only one girl we have from Wachusett is a freshman goalie. So we also have Maggie McManus, who's a senior goalie, along with Rissa and the freshman goalie. So I would like to get the freshman in too, but it's hard, like we just have such a tough schedule. It's not
Frank.
like we play in easy games.
Frankie, what's the goal though? Is it, how many games you got, 20?
Yes,
Do you have to get 10 wins?
no, that's, the power rankings changed all that.
Okay.
So they go by strength of schedule.
Strength of schedule.
So, for instance, Acton Boxborough, who was in our league, they won 2 games last year and made the tournament because they were in our league. It's so tough. Plus, they went outside and played a lot of tough teams. So, it doesn't matter your record. It's the our position's strength of schedule. So,
Now, do-
I like it because a lot of teams used to go when you needed your 10 wins and 20 points, they go out and find weaker teams and make their schedule a little easier to get into the tournament. Now you don't get rewarded for that. You have to go out and find,
Right.
play the better teams. So, years ago, people wouldn't want to play us. Now I get calls, people want to play us because they know we're gonna be pretty good, and it'll help them. Even if they lose to us, it helps them.
Right.
Is there a Power 8 in D1 like
No.
they do in boys?
No, they stopped Super 8 in boys too, there's no more of that.
No more of that, okay. So how many will qualify for the playoffs at the end of the season?
Last year, there was 32 teams that qualified
Wow.
in Division One.
So there's a lot of buys, I imagine, right?
No,
Whoa,
one played
so one
32,
plays 32.
two play, yeah. So we played 30th seed last year, we were the third seed, so we
Wow.
played the 30th.
Yeah, who's the tough teams in your league? Tough teams that.
In our league,
in your league?
Our league, Lincoln Sudbury's very tough. We tied them 1-1. Andover's tough. I mean, the whole league really is like Bill Ricker. We opened with them, it was 2-1. All our games in our league games are going to be. tough
Algonquin
games.
still have a team? Are they in your?
They do. They're not in our league, but they still have a team. They're in the
You play
Central
them?
Mass. We do play them once this year.
Yeah.
Mhm. And they have a good team. Like I said, there's no easy games on us.
Any particular game that you guys look forward to this year? 'Cause I remember last year at the beginning, you guys wanted Andover again, you know. What about this year? Is there one team on the schedule that you're looking forward to playing?
I want to play Andover again. We lost to them 2-0 at the beginning of the season, but I think a little bit later, once we get our scoring going, I want to see them again.
Do you play them again, or do you have to wait till?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
It's a
Okay.
home and home?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a league opponent, so you play
So
Oh.
every
you
league
play them
opponent
away,
twice, yes.
you're
home
gonna
and
be
home.
here, okay.
Yeah.
What other teams?
I'd probably say Gonk, just because we didn't play them last year, but I'd say they're like a good matchup for us, and we also have like played with girls in club, a lot of those girls. So
Algonquin's always tough.
Mhm.
They're you know, boys or girls, they're,
They won the state championship Division 2 2 years ago.
yeah.
So they're
Oh,
good.
they are D2, I was gonna say, they
Yeah, they're Division
D3.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody in Central Mass, other than us, are D2s?
Yes, in Central Mass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Auburn, Leominster, I think that's it. There's not many teams in Central Mass. That's kind of why we pulled out, because we really didn't have a lot of competition as far as, going where we went gave us a better competition consistently all the time, so it was a great move for us. I believe it helped us win last year, because we were in those games all year long. Our league games were like playoff games, so we got to the playoffs, it wasn't much difference, the atmosphere, so by the time we got to the playoffs, we had already played 12 playoff games, it felt like, because our league games were all really tight, so.
How are the crowds at the games?
Yeah. That's a
Other
good
than
question.
parents, anybody, kids?
Not really.
No.
I mean, occasionally.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get some stragglers from the boys' games before us.
Yeah, they'll stay for
But-
about 5
Really?
minutes.
Yeah,
and then they're
we
gone
have
again.
decent crowds, I mean, it's, depends on the game.
Well, I think last year, as we started winning more games,
Oh,
going down
yeah.
the stretch, we started embarrassing, we were broadcasting all your games at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I know Johnny kept on making fun of the Shrewsbury fans,
Yeah.
where is everybody?
Yeah.
And finally they got the message, and then by the end, you guys had a full house.
Yeah, it was great,
It was packed,
it
so,
was great.
hopefully we'll
Yeah.
have the same remedy this year, the same, ingredients for that type of a,
Yeah.
crowd.
Everyone
No, we
keeps
did. It was
asking for
great to see the turnout for the kids. As we went on, like you said, the Notre Dame and Hingham game at Framingham was great with the kids all over the glass, and that was great. It was good. I mean, I thought we had pretty good Hingham game. A lot of people. So again, as we went on, we got better crowds, but it's a good product. Like you go and watch it, you don't realize how good these girls are till you really see it. You think of girls hockey, and then you go watch. It's like, wow, they're good.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than you thought it was going to be, faster and just a good game.
So you're thinking St. Mary's of Lynn will be the toughest team for you guys?
Right
With
now,
right in the
yeah,
league
right now
in
in
the
Hockey
state.
Night in Boston, they're ranked 1. We started the season ranked 1, preseason poll, and but St. Mary's is 1 now. We dropped down to 4th or 5th, which is fine. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
top 10 in the state,
Yeah.
and I believe we still are a top 10 team in the state.
Yeah,
There's
of
no question
course,
about it.
yeah.
But like I said, it's a long season. It's only 5 games in, so we have a little growing pains right now. But I think we're
You guys-
going in the right direction.
Plus, your schedule is crazy. I'm talking to you, texting you on the back and forth a little bit, trying to schedule this one show for you
Right.
guys. You guys are practicing every night, you're
Yeah.
probably practicing the baloney out of them,
Right.
and,
Thursdays are usually our day off. that's, that's why but we're on the ice at least 5 times a week. Sundays and Thursday are usually two.
And
days a
then
month.
you usually have 2 games a week, 1 game a week,
2 games a week.
2 games a week?
I forget, when does your season end? Is it prior to the beginning of April?
Yeah, well, last year we played the final game March 19th, so our
March
goal is to
19th.
make it to the middle of March.
All right, good.
This year, I believe it's St. Patrick's Day. So
That's a long season.
It is a long season.
We
It is.
plan our golf schedule. Around,
I hope we can, get back into that, March again, which is great. That's all tournament time, so.
Yeah, well, we don't go to Florida till April, so,
Yeah, now,
yeah.
now we do.
Well, Johnny says he's going right now, but you never know
He
now.
may end up in
Right.
New York.
Yeah, he might go to New York
I don't
instead.
know what he's doing in New York, probably raking grass. Picking up garbage.
Well, he said he was sorry he couldn't make it tonight. He was,
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
Johnny's,
he should be.
he's a great supporter, all you guys. I mean, we appreciate everything you guys do for us. I mean,
Yeah,
last
but we're
year,
here, Johnny's not.
yeah. But Johnny hasn't missed a show, so, with us, so.
well, no, actually, this is a good thing, because I remember last year, I was sitting in this chair when we started. I remember you were, felt bad that John wasn't here last year for the first show, and it went, the end result was perfect, so
Superstitious.
maybe you get the same result again this year.
I don't think he remembered that.
Huh? Oh, I remember that.
Okay.
Coach is very superstitious. He might have remembered that.
Yeah.
That's probably why he scheduled it today, knowing he was gone.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so how is this guy to work for you guys? You enjoy working for Coach Panarelli?
It's not too bad.
No? Yeah?
No, he actually is a really good coach. Just the
Works you
respect he
hard.
has for us as like women athletes and people in female sports. It's honestly awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
He is a future state Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Just keep that in mind.
yeah,
He will
absolutely.
be a state Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to hear that too.
Boost his ego.
Yeah. No, I just enjoy doing it. I mean, these kids are great, and, it's my 16th year now, and everyone asks me when you're done. I said, well, when I don't look forward to the next year, so. I knew this year was, coming back this year was gonna be a great team, and, we might go through a little rebuilding some eventually, but right now, we're still one of the top teams, and we just keep going with it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no. You'll know when it's not fun anymore.
Yeah,
It's,
absolutely.
I can't imagine how much fun you have with him.
Yeah, it's great.
Does he keep working you guys? Doesn't let you rest during
Yes.
sprints all the time and,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Still have work days.
Yes, work days.
good.
Good reason for those work days though.
That's
Well,
right.
last year-
Well, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
last
you know,
year-
you saw the results,
Yep.
right?
And they know that, and I think the freshmen pick up on that too. That's, when we're doing it, it's not fun, I should say for them, but once they get to a point, like right now, I don't think we're in the shape we need to be in.
Mhm.
So, but it's early, and I think everyone's going through that right now, but, you gotta get through that, and you can see
So-
the end result.
So how many freshmen do you have, Frank?
This year, we have, 4 new freshmen, 4 or 5 new
There's more
freshmen.
than
We have 2 that are
More
really
than that.
contributing right now.
Good.
I think
Yeah,
6, yeah.
Allie Martels, who's a forward, she's a freshman from Westboro, and she's playing on one of the top lines.
Yeah.
And we have Paige O'Donnell from Shrewsbury, she's a defenseman, and she's playing significant minutes, so.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
they're good little players, and you can see, they're, adding to the team now, but they're eventually gonna just keep getting stronger and stronger.
They're
So,
gonna get bigger, stronger,
yeah,
faster.
and they're doing extremely well so far. We threw them right into the fire, and they did well, so.
So aside from your 3 captains, how many seniors do you have?
We have a total of 8 seniors this year.
8 seniors.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good.
That's the biggest class I've ever had.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome. 8 seniors, right?
yeah.
Hey,
We have, 4 or 5 that play really, including these 3, and there's a couple other seniors that play a lot, and so it's testing, They're doing a good job.
Now, when you're not playing hockey, do you play lacrosse?
I play field hockey.
I played lacrosse for a year. I was a goalie for a
she's
year.
retired.
Field-
in her- in
field
lacrosse.
hockey?
That was the Bridge plays
I
field
play
hockey.
field hockey.
Field hockey? Okay, so we're not gonna see you in lacrosse this year, any of you? No?
No, probably not.
What other sports? Bridget?
I run, so I do cross country in the fall and then track and field in the spring.
Just field hockey.
and just hockey.
Good,
Yeah.
that's good.
Bridget's
Wow.
actually going to play Division I field hockey in college.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. It's not that time yet, is it? We still got another 10 minutes. Oh, we can do that now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Why don't you talk about, tell me what the strengths of these three young ladies.
starting with Paige, like I
Yeah.
say all the time, the hardest working girl I've ever coached. I've I've coached over 16 years now. I've coached a lot of kids, and she just works. I just tell all the girls who are on the bench, I say, look at her, what she's doing out there. She just works 110% all the time, never complains. Whatever I ask her to do, she kills penalties. This year, she's scoring goals for us on the power play. Like, she's doing it all for us, and she blocks shots. She does everything, and the whole time she smiles the whole time. She actually got a little mad the other game, and I can't say what she said. I guess on the bench, she came to the bench, and there was this girl that was like,
Oh my
because she battles so tough. Other girls, they mix it up, and so Paige was really upset. But again, she just brings it every game.
We saw it last year.
Yeah,
We know.
Yeah, and as a player, when you play against someone like that, I mean, it's aggravating because they just don't stop. Like, you want to take half
The
a second,
energizing-
like they get you, and they just
The
on
Energizer
it.
Bunny.
You
Yeah.
think you have them beat for half a second, they're right back in your face. But again, I tell all the girls, especially the young girls, I said, this is what you need to do when you're playing, forechecking and working extremely hard. That's what you need to do all the time.
Mm,
Those are some big words, being the role model for your team. That's
Yeah,
great.
absolutely.
good for
Yeah.
you.
And Bridget's been, again, this is Bridget's, they're all been 4-year players, but Bridget's, one of our lead defensemen this year. I mean, she's scoring some goals for us early, which we
Good.
haven't scored. Bridget has 2 out of the 6 goals as a defenseman. So we're leaning on her to score more goals, and plays a tough physical game, and again, same thing. Last year, so much experience was gained through that run. So these guys have been through that. So it's these close games. It's not nerve-wracking as it would be for the other team. So, I mean, she's just a steady, one of our best defensemen. So she's needed out there a lot more. Killing penalties and power plays, same thing. They're on the ice a lot, these two, And then Risser is just the whole
She's Marissa.
stats in that with Marissa. She's just last year she kind of led us all the way there.
We're all Montoya friends.
Yeah, it was just like I said,
Fans,
it
not
starts in
friends,
net,
fans.
and she did that. And this year already, you can see that she's keeping us in these close games. That's why I go in the locker room. I said, she's doing our job. Let's help her out. Let's score a couple goals and give her a little cushion. But every game's been 1-1, 2-1. They've been tight games. So.
Bridget, just a quick question. As you're playing, are you gonna play a little bit of offensive, like what Coach Panarelli is saying, as a defenseman, offensive defenseman? Do you find the more you do it, the more confidence you gain in your own abilities to do that?
Yeah, I think being able to step up on offense, it helps me just be able to see the ice better and know what the offense has to go through, so I can understand and help them out too.
Yeah, because the more you do it, the more confidence, and you learn from your own skills. Hey, that worked pretty good. I'm gonna try that move again or whatever going forward. So, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Now, near the end of the season, in the playoffs, there were a couple girls that you guys always said she's good. She's real good. We got to keep an eye on her. Any of those girls back this year?
Yeah. The girl from Hingham, the Doherty girl, she's only
Yes.
she's only a junior.
She's
Yeah,
She's back.
she was
And
really good.
Hingham's top 10 team in the state. They're ranked right behind us right now. But a couple girls from Notre Dame and Hingham are back. The goalie's back. A couple of defensemen. So, like I said, what we have coming back is great.
Yeah.
We lost 5. We only have really 2 coming in that are playing a lot. So but these girls are stepping up their game. So that's what I told them they need to do. And they all are right now. So.
Yeah, I remember that Doherty girl. She wore either number 17 or 18. I remember.
It was
She
number
was.
7.
Number 7.
Huh?
It's number
7?
7.
Is that what it was? She
Caroline
was really
Doherty.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She was
She
really
was good.
good.
Yeah,
could
she
skate.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, we have a great skating team again this year. We're fast. We work hard. So it's we're gonna be fine. It's like I said right now. Like I told them, I said I thought yesterday was the best complete game we played all year. We tied 1-1, but again, it was we outshot them. It's just a little puck luck too. Sometimes you get a little snake bitten around the net. Once they start going in, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, guys, now you guys are seniors, are you looking at colleges and where you're going next year? You already into that process? I mean, it's early, it's only, well, it's December, you're getting close. What do you think, Paige?
I mean, I don't really know. I applied a bunch of places. I don't really know where I want to go yet, but I'm just gonna see where I get in, make a decision from there.
Yeah. How many schools have you applied to? I know that's usually a fun process. I
Yeah.
had 3 kids, I went through it, so.
Yeah. Well, it's like different now because you can apply like early action and like regular decision. So I applied to 3 schools already, and I'm applying to, I think I have like 7 or 8 more. So it's like 10 total, which I feel like is a pretty stable number. There's kids in my classes who are applying to like 20 schools, and it's like
Wow.
crazy. Like
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
but
It's not cheap.
yeah, exactly.
Are people reaching out to you guys, coaches yet? Other schools?
Not really. I
No.
think I'm gonna focus more on like academically, and then kind of like go from there if I want
Yeah,
to play
cool.
at club or
Yep,
something
good for
along
you.
those lines.
It's a big step. You go from high school to college.
Yeah, definitely.
Huge step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bridget,
I'm committed to Sacred Heart for field
Sacred
hockey.
Heart?
Mm-hmm.
Good school, very good school.
And I'm kind of in the same boat as Paige. I applied to a bunch of places. We'll just see where I get in. Go from there.
All right, well, we'll check with you in the spring when you guys come back again, because I'm sure that we'll have you back at the end of the season again. So, you got anything else, Billy? We're just about out of time.
What would Johnny ask?
Oh, God, what would Johnny do?
We usually have to tell Johnny, the rules are the same, there's just no checking in girls' hockey. He has the same question like every time we come on.
Yeah, well, I'm
They
trying to
can play
think of-
physical, but there's no like lining up, checking like boys hockey.
Yeah.
That's the
Well, you
only
know-
difference.
What Nikki just did, Johnny never does. He doesn't say, you guys got anything to ask her?
Yeah, I know.
He's always talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
oh, that's true. Yeah, like when we had our last show, one of our last shows, I think you said one sentence, Bobby didn't say any, and I maybe because I forced myself and interrupted him so I could get something in.
I said in the 25 years, I always consider myself the good-looking sidekick. That's it. I didn't have to talk. Johnny did all the talking. But I'm sure he's disappointed that he didn't make it in today.
Okay, so give us a home game that you guys would prefer us to try and get out and broadcast for you guys.
Well, Andover comes in, they're playing us at home. I don't have the date, but they're coming to play us at home.
January, early January?
I think it's in January, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right, well, I know your schedule.
Yeah.
All right,
And is it a North Star or a
North Star,
North Star?
that's our home.
all right.
That's
well,
where we did the banner reveal. That went really well. That was a great night.
Okay, all right, we'll be there for Andover then, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, guys, fastest half hour in television in Shrewsbury anyways. And I want to thank you guys for coming on. A great show. I love it. So, Billy, thank you very much. And we'll see you next time on Coach's Corner.